Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, today we have such an odd but fun, but I think it's going to be interesting video, and I am so freaking here for it. So, as you guys know, the majority of the videos that I do on my channel are makeup. I love to dive into what's new, what's old, what I love, what I don't love. I mean, y'all know, it's the spiel I give at the end of every video. And I saw these released on the Ulta website, and I thought to myself, you know what, it has been a while since I've looked into any sort of hair product with you guys and really dove into a new tool or a new line or something like that, and I thought this would be a really fun thing to do. Right, guys, let's go ahead and talk about this brand. So this is newly released to Ulta. The brand is called Frizz Defense. I'm actually looking down, by the way, at the Ulta website, and they recently released 4 tools. Now this right here is the packaging that everything comes in. As you can see, I kind of cracked this one open a little bit just to get a lay of the land inside the situation, but all their packaging does look like this. They released 4 different tools, all of which are illustrated on the back of each package. As you can see, this one is the curling iron. There is also a flat iron and a like a curling blow dryer and a regular blow dryer. Now all of these are things we will be getting to. I'm going to be playing around with them. That's why my hair is wet, and I also have no makeup on because A, I have to film, and B, I always do hair before makeup now. I used to be different, but for some reason, like, I just can't do. I feel like I get all sweaty and like tired and exhausted, and then my makeup never looks as good. But if I do hair first, it still has a chance of looking good. You know what I mean? Anybody else like that? I don't know. Now from everything I am gleaning on the Ulta.com website, the idea behind this brand is that they want to make products that are good for healthier hair, that will make it shinier, that will give you less broken or split ends, and that will of course give you less frizz when using them. Now I don't know about you guys, I don't have a ton of frizz issue like up at the top of my head. Where I end up having issues is actually near the bottom of my hair, and it tends to get like frizzy slash broken, fried, frizzly, like that kind of hay-like look, and that does happen at the ends of my hair very, very badly, and in that respect, I do have more sensitive hair. So I don't have like the typical, wow, I have super frizzy hair, but I do have hair that can be problematic if I'm dealing with a tool that it doesn't agree with. Now, one of the things that I really enjoyed about this line is actually their use of titanium plating or titanium components within each one of these, which again, each one has a little bit of a different tweak to it. Now, there are a ton of different informational sources on the internet today that will tell you that ceramic is good for this hair type and titanium's good for this hair type, and never the two shall meet. Now, for myself personally, I do really enjoy the idea of titanium. I've ever only had it on, I believe, one flat iron, and it broke a long time ago, and then I ended up with a different one just because I wanted to try the tourmaline mixture. But personally, I really do love the idea of using titanium. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of information on titanium and what it is, again, just a very brief overview. Titanium is actually a metallic element that's found in igneous rock, and it's renowned for how strong it is, how durable, how lightweight, and for having excellent heat source distribution. And I think for me, that's what I enjoy most about having it in my products. Not only does it make them very, very lightweight, but it also makes them very even in the way that they transfer, and it's very quick. Now, back in the day here, probably 10 to 15 years ago, one of the other biggest things people noticed about titanium was the price tag. It used to be very expensive. We are talking $200 to $300 for a flat iron just because it had titanium plating on it. But the price tags on everything did seem to be pretty decent. It didn't seem to be overly priced. 2 of the items are $59.99. 2 of the items are $69.99. So let's go ahead. I'm going to take my hair down, brush it. I'm going to put in a couple products, and we're gonna get this party going, guys, because I talked a lot already, and I'm tired of talking. I want to get going. All right, so get her good and shaken out. First thing I'm going to do is put in a little bit of this. This is the Redken Extreme Anti-Snap. This stuff is really great if you have issues with your hair literally just like snapping off for no reason. That's what I love about this. I also use the shampoo and conditioner, and it makes a really big difference. And then another thing that I love using, this is from Bumble and Bumble. This is their invisible oil and primer. Now, as stated in the name, this is an invisible oil, but it is also a primer, so it works as a heat protectant, and I really love this. And I'm just gonna go through and brush it out with my wet brush here. So here we are. Here looks pretty darn ready to rock. I'm loving it. And first up, we are going to play around with this. Now, this is their 1.5" titanium ceramic hot air brush. And here she is in the package. Now, full disclaimer, this one is already plugged in. I have used this one time. I will give you my thoughts and overall opinion on it here in a minute, and how it compares to the normal one that I love to use, which is from Revlon. I love, love, love that one so much, and I believe this one's $59.99. I think the one from Revlon is right around that price as well. So they are both comparable in price, and I'll kind of give you my compare and contrast thoughts here in a minute. But to give you a little bit of the information of what it says on this little guy here, I'm on the Ulta website again. and it says that the Frizz Defense Hot Air Brush has an 1.5 inch titanium ceramic barrel for even heat, maximum volume, and polished results with less damage. This hot air brush is perfect for adding gorgeous volume and shine to styles. The titanium ceramic barrel gives fullness and body as you style, while the soft bristles create ultimate shine and smoothness. And then just to go through a couple of the specs here, an 8-foot cord, which I think is fantastic, 500 watts, 2 heat settings plus a cool shot, which is really important if you're going to use this to style your hair and have this be the end result. You like to go in with one of the 2 hot settings, get it styled, and then flick it up to cool just to set that curl or to set that little hoop-de-loop. It's a really, really good feature to have in something like this. And also, something else I just noticed is that when I bought these, they were a platinum exclusive to Ulta, platinum or diamond exclusive to Ulta, and I purchased them and never looked at obviously the website again. But now on the Ulta website it says that these will not be available until 7/21 on the Ulta website and 8/4 in stores. So I guess you can't buy them there yet, but they will be available soon. So hey, look at that. You're actually going to have all the information before they're even available. That's a good thing. So let's go ahead and kind of dive into this little bad boy real quick here. So the packaging, just like all the rest, I really do enjoy this. I think it looks really nice. It was easy to deal with. So first things first, I just got this little tuft up here, good and put away. So we're going to focus on this underlayer right here. Now, given that I have already used this one once, which I told you guys about, I will tell you that those bristles, those black bristles, really, really do grab the hair much more aggressively than the Revlon one, which I'm used to using. I will go ahead probably at some point and throw a picture of the Revlon one up so you know what I'm talking about. And that one from Revlon has been my favorite for so long, and it's more of an oblong shaped, where this one is literally round, just like a round brush is. And I think there are pros and cons to both sides of it. What I will tell you about this one, as you're going to see in a second, this one really, really grips your hair, and I'll actually show you without it on. You get in here, right, and you'll kind of curl it down, okay? So you'll get your hair in here. With the Revlon one, because it's oblong, you'll actually kind of pull it all the way up. I can always let it dry at the root, and then I could pull it down. And with this one, it's a lot harder to pull it down once your hair is in there, just because these, like right here, for example, I'm like pulling on it, and it doesn't just glide through the hair like the Revlon one does. Now again, that's a personal preference thing. That's one of the things that I do love about the Revlon one, is that I don't have to sit there and keep working with it and pulling it to the bottom and then pulling it up and then unrolling it. And with this one, I will have to do that. You'll see as you watch me kind of use it. Now, what I'm going to do is probably throw some volume over this, and I'm going to go ahead and dry this side of my hair and kind of show you guys me using it. On this bottom layer, I will flip it up, and then on the top layer up here, I will go ahead and flip it under. So I'll curl under on top, but right here, I'm going to go up just to give it that kind of little floofy effect, and you guys can really see what it gives you in terms of volume, shine, sleekness, feel, all that good stuff. Now, I'm going to go ahead, put this on high, and get going. Alright, so here we are, good and dried. Now, something else I just wanted to mention real quick here is that the barrel of this one is actually a titanium ceramic mixture. It is not straight titanium, and I just wanted to throw that out there because we did talk about it before and the heat distribution and all of that. My hair does dry very nice and even using this, and the ends of my hair, which is always where I look to see if there's an issue, the ends look pretty nice. Now, I want to go ahead real quick before this side dries all by itself, and I want to grab the blow dryer and I want to test this side and then kind of compare and contrast, see what we think as far as the two levels of dryness and if one's better than the other, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead, put this down, and grab that. So here is that big beefy girl right here. Again, love the box, love the packaging. All of this is really nice. It has 3 heat and 2 speed settings. It has the cold shot again, which locks in your style. Again, an 8-foot cord, and then the 2 concentrators and the diffusers. And this entire beast right here is $69.99. And this one I have not tried before. You will see, as everything is still located and nice and happy inside this little box. All right, so here is the diffuser. I've never used one of these before. Never really had much of a need to, but it's pretty nice looking. You can tell I know nothing about diffusers. I'm just gonna graze right by that. And these are the 2 diffusers, and this beast is the actual blow dryer. Ooh, looks really nice, actually. I kind of like this. Now, normally for a blow dryer, I either let my hair dry naturally or I use the Revlon curling one, which again, I have been comparing to the other one, and we'll talk about that more here in a second. But prior to that, if I just needed like a blow dryer just to straight up blow dry my hair this style, I used a Paul Mitchell one that I've had for quite some time, and it's a pretty nice blow dryer, but it also came with a pretty nice price tag, which when I bought it was much higher than the $70 that this one is. It was a good, or is a good blow dryer. I still have it, but again, more pricey than this. So let's go ahead and plug this bad boy in. Uh-oh, which is way over there. Should have thought about this. Okay, wish me luck. Oh God, I'm not this limber. Oh no, oh, okay, listen here, mister. Ow, ow, that was my finger. Rude. Is it on? Does it work? Oh my God in heaven. All right, so I got this side taken down, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, a lot of times if I'm going in with a blow dryer that's this style, I don't go in with the fancy paddle attachments and stuff like that, mainly because I'm just blow drying it so I can style it, which is typically either a flat iron or a curling iron. So for my hair, I'll probably just go warm high. So let's do that. All right, so I was just feeling those heats real quick, and warm is very, very lukewarm, and that's just so interesting. I really like that feature of this, that they have a cool, a warm, and a hot. Not even just because some people's hair is so sensitive to it, but some people are very sensitive to that much hot air, and I personally know people that they have a very difficult time using a blow dryer because they're so warm, and it makes them overheat, and it gives them like heat exhaustion. And so I really, really like that factor, but for me, I am gonna use hot. So just so you guys know, hot and high, let's go. Hot and heavy, honey, let's do it. Whoo, doggy. That was quite the experience. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a brush. Let's try to like tame the little wigwam we got going on here. Girl. Okay, so on a real level here, I will tell you, my hair obviously wasn't super duper wet when I just went through and did both sides, but that took literally no time. This blow dryer has got some serious ass to it. Like, woo, it's like powering up a jet engine, and I am here for it, because when I go to grab a blow dryer like this, one of my biggest pet peeves is when it's slow and it takes too long, or it's like, and it's like one of those ones that's screwed to the wall at a Motel 6, and you're like, oh my God, like I could blow on my hair faster than this, just please let me try. That's what I do not like about a blow dryer. So the fact that this one is so high powered, I really, really like. I also really enjoy the way that it did it. Even though it had a lot of power, it was still very easy to brush through, and I feel like my hair is actually very nice as far as the lack of frayed at the ends and not having like this weird kind of texture. And that's something that I didn't mention before, but when it comes to a blow dryer, like a standard one like this, I oftentimes have a lot of issue at the ends because it will dry out my hair so much that it'll actually make it look kind of crispy at the ends. And this one didn't do this. My hair actually feels really nice and soft from the top all the way to the bottom, which is very, very rare for me. So that I really like. Now it did do that on the other side too, so I'm not taking that obviously away from the round styler, but just so you guys can kind of compare, this side over here done with the styler does have a little bit of roundness to it, a little bit of fullness. As far as the level of like shine and feel to my hair, I really like that it feels nice and healthy, but you can also see a very large difference like on this side, how it is stick straight, versus on this side, how it does have a little bit of an arch, a little bit of a curve to it. That is 100% because of that rounded barrel. This right here is how my hair looks whenever I go in with anything like this and I don't give it any shape. This is what you will get. So something to keep in mind if you have stick straight hair like me, the round barrel does make a big difference. All right, so next up we're going to dive into this right here. This is their 1.25" titanium curling iron, and this has an all titanium barrel, so titanium, and it says that is for smooth definition and shiny curls. It has a powerful ion generator to reduce frizz, 11 heat settings for all hair types, heats up to 400 degrees, 15-second instant heat, and true ceramic heater for fast heat up and recovery. Temperature control for custom styling, auto shut off for added safety, which is always a plus, 8-foot swivel cord, and again, single voltage. And this little guy retails for $59.99. All right, so we have this side down. Let's go ahead here because I really don't have a place in front of me that I can set this, so I had to do all of that first. All right, so I went ahead and I set this to 400. There is a plus, a minus, and then obviously the on-off right here. You guys, I can hear this. Listen. Can you hear that? Is that weird? I don't think I've ever had one of these that I can hear before. Also, by the way, I know I've mentioned this, but this is an 1.25" barrel. Lately, I've been using, or for the last probably 2 years, I've been using the Beachwaver, which is one that you clamp your hair in and there's a button and it winds itself up and then you can unwind it yourself. There are a lot of different variables, I would say, between this one and what I'm used to working with. But one thing that I don't love about the Beachwaver is that it doesn't have a nice titanium, like even heat distribution. And I do feel like to some extent it kind of frays out the ends of my hair. So that's definitely something I will be looking at between this and the flat iron. So I'm gonna go ahead here, take a couple chunks and start going. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really intimidated by this. I'm gonna leave the end of my hair out and I'm just going to do some of this. I'm super intimidated because it's 1.25" and I'm not used to 1.25". I'm like, eh. I'm like, save me, save me. Yeah, she's good and hot, I think. All right, let's go ahead and release the Kraken. Oh, that's a cute curl. Okay, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. That was nice. It's quick. It's a good even curl. And even the heat from the curl, like on me, I can tell feels very even throughout the entire piece of hair. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to get a little bit weirder shaped for this one just so I can see what I'm doing. But let me go ahead here and speed this part up for you. So these are all the curls, and guys, I have to be honest, they are beautiful. They are super full of body, and I really, really like them. I will definitely use this again. Now, something to keep in mind though, is that if your hair is at my length, you will notice that all of the curls don't really start until right about here. So just something to note. This is something where I will definitely have to get in at the base of my skull right up here and really put in some volumizer just to like even out that poof that happens right down in this region. But I really like the way that this curl, and I'm also quite fond of the fact that the hair itself doesn't look like frayed or weird at the bottom. It still feels very, very lightweight, and using this is quite easy. I was personally a little bit intimidated at the fact that the handle here was really slender and then the top is super beefy. So what I personally thought was that it was going to be very top heavy and very awkward, just because in my experience with a curling iron, the top part has been very, very heavy. So it always had this tendency to kind of want to go down. And this one doesn't have that quality to it. The whole thing throughout is very nice and lightweight, and the top part is not difficult to control at all, which I really, really am happy about. So I'm gonna go ahead here, let this cool off a little bit more, and then we're gonna switch over to the flat iron. Ooh, super fun, super cute. So here is the little flat iron, not plugged in yet, obviously, so I'm good to handle it. It says here, let's grab the box. It says here that this has titanium plates for a smooth glide finish, the powerful ion generator for reduced frizz, which we've already read about, extra long plates for quick styling. That I love. Oh my God, that's the best feature I've heard so far. 11 heat settings for all hair types, heats up to 455, 15-second instant heat and true ceramic heater, the same LCD control, auto shut off, 8-foot swivel cord, and single voltage. And again, it is a 1-inch titanium flat iron. So the plates on there, 1 inch, girl, 1 inch. Let's go ahead and get her plugged in. Plug it in, plug it in. So it has the same setup control here. My guess is on and off. Yep, it starts off at 365. I'm gonna go ahead and take it to 400. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let that heat up here. And I'm gonna go ahead, probably do this side half up, half down. And we are already to 400 degrees, so I'm gonna go ahead, speed it up. And I think what I want to do for this side is probably the curls, because curling is most often what I do with a flat iron anyways. I will just kind of show you in the front here what I typically do is I go in, I grab myself a nice little section. I will grab it, turn the flat iron, and just roll down. And oh, that was real nice. Oh my God. Okay, let's go ahead and speed it up. Let's get it going. Guys, real quick, I want to see if you guys can hear what I'm hearing when I go in with this. Listen, I don't know if you can or not. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like a very light, like motor type something. I don't know what it is, but I can hear it when my hair like glides through the plates. It's a very interesting sound. It's not between like my hair and the plates that's making the sound though. It sounds like it's something inside of this that's doing it, like something coming out these vent holes or something. I don't know. All right, and then here is the other side, all done with the little waves. Sorry if I miss any chunks or anything. Normally I have the ability to see what I'm doing from all sides, and obviously this time I don't. So my thoughts on this flat iron are, well, first of all, really nice smooth body to the hair. That's quite unexpected. Normally when I go in and do curls with my flat iron, I don't get this much body, and it definitely normally doesn't feel like this either. My hair feels very lightweight, very smooth. Smooth, almost like you added hair oil and put in a hair mask. That's kind of what it feels like. Feels very nourished, very happy, and overall I'm super impressed. Let me look at the ends here up close. Let me put this down. Paige, one thing at a time. Hello. Wow. Like my hair looks so smooth. That's super impressive. Guys, I'm not mad at this. But my overall thoughts on these products as a first impressions go, for the most part, I'm super, super impressed. I actually think I like a couple of these more than what I would normally use, which is saying quite a bit. For my normal flat iron, I use the Chi one, which I've talked about before on my channel. And it's a nice curling iron, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I can feel a little bit of stick to it, or a little bit of not wanting to glide. And that could just be that I've been using it now for like 6 months to a year. That could be a lot of factors, and obviously this one is brand new, so I will keep working with these and let you guys know. But for now, you guys, those are my final thoughts. I'm quite happy. You guys can let me know what you think down below. Is this a super weird video? Are you happy? Not happy? Do you think it's kind of weird? I don't know about y'all, but I'm really glad I did it. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like these kinds of videos? Do you just prefer makeup? What are your thoughts and opinions overall? I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget, check me out on Instagram and on Twitter. They are both linked down below. And if you haven't done so yet, you can also subscribe and turn on your post notifications to this here YouTube channel, as I do upload 5 videos a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, bright and early between 6 and 7 a.m. my time here in Northern Michigan. Bug, you saw it that time. I saw it on the monitor. Getting in my shot. Come over here. Come to this side of the monitor. Come on, come on, come at me. Come at me, bro. But you guys, that is it. I have a bug to kill. So thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey guys, real quick. So it's Paige of about a half hour later. I just went through and I did this side again with the flat iron just to kind of even out both sides, give it a little bit of like a nice textured look. I put in a little bit of my living proof spray here, and that just gave it some volume. But I wanted to come back on here real quick and mention something to you guys, and that would be these buttons. So as I just mentioned, I went through and I did this entire side of my head, fixed it, whatnot. And while I was using it with my right hand, super dominant, going through, I kept noticing that I was hitting these buttons a lot on this side when I was playing around. I actually ended up on accident taking it from 400 degrees up to 455, again completely on accident, and I kept turning it back down. But one thing that I really don't like is actually where these are placed. I didn't think it would be an issue because when I was doing this side, they seemed like my fingers just kind of rested over them, but on this side I did notice it quite a bit. I never hit the off button, but I did keep hitting this top button right here. So I would probably suggest, if you're doing it, you might have to like watch where you have your fingers and maybe leave a little gap here. And that's just something to be cognizant of if you are, again, using this or wanted to purchase it. I know it's a little thing, but it is something that does get to be a little bit monotonous having to watch for constantly. And another thing that I just wanted to mention that I really liked, especially on this side, is the length on these plates right here. It does say that this is extra long, and I would say it's probably an inch longer than your normal plate. And that extra inch really did help me out quite a bit when I was going through, because one of the issues I I always have once I get to the back is that because my hair is shorter, I'm kind of going through and the little hair will actually slip out the edge of the plate and it won't end up curling. And I really liked the fact that with this extra plate, that didn't happen at all. I had plenty of plate to get through my entire hair no matter what weird angle I was at, and I really like that. But that's all I wanted to mention. Just I was having an issue with the buttons, the length of the plate. We're good to go. On to the bloopers, guys. Get out of here. Get out of here. Listen up, y'all, because this is it. The beat that I'm banging is delicious. Fergalicious definition. Make those boys go loco. Ooh. Where I end up having his shoes. Where I end up having these his shoes. Okay, I'm coming for you, yeah, baby. I'm gonna plug you in, baby. Also, the fly went into hiding. Just think you guys should know. Me, 1. It, 0. Don't know where it went, but I'm gonna count it as a win for myself because it disappeared. Because it's afraid of me. That's right. It's afraid. It's afraid of me. Bzz, bzz, it's afraid of me.